Hi, I'm CK at CK Education with today's advice for life. Do you have to play a sport or an instrument in high school? Everybody tells you, well, colleges want well-rounded students. So you should do as many things as possible, right? You should do science Olympiad and you should do math Olympiad and you should do debate and speech and you should be part of the Key Club and National Honor Society and do your community service and you should do a sport, maybe a couple if you can. You should play at least one or two instruments, and you should be involved in your in your community and you should have leadership experience and all these kind of things. Now, so do you have to play a sport? Do you have to do, because I have a lot of parents who have asked me this over the years. Well, they have to play at least one sport, right? I mean, they have to play at least one musical instrument, right? I don't know where they got this, but no, you don't. And it doesn't have to be detrimental, even if they don't. I mean, okay, so if you're aiming for some of the elite schools, some of the very, very top schools, I think it's important that you do one thing extremely well. Okay, besides academics having great SAT scores, great GPA, taking a lot of APs and a very rigorous course load and just doing really, really well academically, in addition to that, you should be really, really top at something else. It could be almost anything, but you have to be really, really good at something else. Okay, now, the thing is, if you're that good at something else, there's not enough time for that student to do a lot of other things. There just isn't. And I've made videos on this before, but if you have a national ranked swimmer or the national chess champ or the national, debate champ or something like that, these kids are so busy doing their thing and honing their skills and improving their competency in that thing that it is nearly impossible, if not just absolutely impossible, for them to do 5 other things or even 2 other things. They just don't have time. And so colleges understand this, and it's more important that you do one thing really, really well. But if you're saying, well, I'm not aiming for those kind of schools. I just want to go to a local public school, which I absolutely recommend, okay? And if you do that, it's not that important, again, that you do a whole bunch of things. Just stick to the things that you have a passion in. But just make sure that you do it for a prolonged period of time. If you're really interested in helping, kids in the inner city with math and you've been tutoring them, don't just do it just for show. Just don't do it just so that you can put it on your application. Do it because you really care for the kids. Do it because you really have a passion for it. And how would I know if you really have a passion for it? Well, I would see that you would have done it for like 3 years or something, 2 years, not just like 2 months or 1 month in a summer. That would tell me, you probably did it just to get points, just to look good. Okay, it's not about looking good. Everybody wants to look good. It's about being good. It's about following your passions, understanding what they are, and being persistent in that, and showing and making a real impact, even if it's in a small way over a prolonged period of time. If your passion is really helping and going to the soup kitchen with your family, because I know families who do this, they go to the soup kitchen, they volunteer like 2 or 3 times a week, but they've been doing this for like ever since they were in middle school, like all the way through. What a wonderful thing. I think that's great. Okay. If you spend that much time doing that and serving in soup kitchens, what a wonderful thing. I think that's wonderful. You do it from your heart. Now, if you're passionate about other things, go pursue those passions. If you're passionate about sports, then go play a sport. If it's music, then go play music. But don't do something just because you think it'll look good. Okay. Because you're not going to be able to hang with that very long anyway. If you don't like it, if you're not passionate about it, if you don't enjoy it, you're probably not going to do very well in it. You're probably not going to do it for very long. So I would say pick 2 or 3 things that you really like starting in 9th grade and just do it all the way through. That looks good and that shows. And then focus on doing really well in school, doing really well in your standardized tests, whether it's ACT or SAT, and I think you'll be in great shape. Okay? So I'm CK at CK Education. Thanks for watching, and until my next video, I hope you stay well.